is day 8 and week 2 of the Whole30 program. I am back from breakfast. I ate here at the hotel since I am on a trip. The AC just kicked on. Hopefully you can hear me still. But anyway, so for breakfast, I went downstairs and had scrambled eggs over spinach and broccoli rabe, and it was delicious. There was some basil or pesto on there made with basil, so obviously that's okay to eat. I did have to say no potato and no cheese, but it really wasn't a hassle ordering breakfast this morning. I had a little vanilla almond RX butter as a snack. Yes, it is okay to eat on Whole30. Okay, I look like a mess, so please forgive that. I showed you my beet salad that I had on top of a very high mountain. We went hiking today, and I stuck with the Whole30. I had some almonds on the trail, that beet salad, and curry cauliflower. So having a very active day 2 of Whole30, I was still able to keep it together. And then after we went hiking, I met up with one of my friends out here in Las Vegas and had just a black cup of coffee. So now it's dinner time. I'm not really hungry and the pilots aren't really hungry, but we're gonna shower because I smell. And then we're gonna go downstairs. There's a little bistro in the hotel and we're just gonna check it out. So I don't know if I'm gonna get food yet, but I am gonna go socialize. Hey, hello, good morning. It is day 3 of week 2 of Whole30. So day 9. I'm just getting ready for breakfast with the crew and getting ready to leave. It's the last day of our trip. We get to go home today. But I didn't tell you guys about dinner last night. So I think I briefly mentioned we're just gonna go downstairs to the bistro, and that's what we did. And I just got a piece of grilled salmon over some greens. And instead of using the dressing that came with it, I just used some olive oil and some lemon. So it was good, very clean eating. I would have loved to have some mac and cheese with it, but that's okay. I feel light and skinny. I don't know about skinny, but I feel at least light doing this. So we are on our way to breakfast. I will take a picture of breakfast today. I'm on the plane having some coffee and collagen. For breakfast, I did good. I had sausage and scrambled eggs and some cantaloupe, a cup of black coffee, and for lunch I picked myself up a salad from Whole Foods while I picked up catering for my passengers. Hey guys, I am still on week 2 of Whole30, but I have been going through some stuff. So the night that I got home, my head started to hurt a little bit. It wasn't like really bad pain or anything like that. So I just kind of ignored it, stuck with the Whole30 thing. I actually ended up eating my salad for lunch that I got for dinner that night. And then when I woke up the next day, I had a faint headache. Like it wasn't anything too terrible, but as the day progressed, it turned into a full-blown migraine. It was crippling. I wasn't able to get out of bed the entire day. I just stayed in my room and cried all day. And then the weekend came, felt totally fine, pretty much stuck with the Whole30 thing. I haven't been recording. I've just been terrible about that. I'm sorry. I've been better about eating Whole30 than I have been about recording Whole30. So the weekend came, no issues. And through the week, I was pretty good. And yesterday was Wednesday. And again, I woke up with a mild headache. And I was like, I definitely need some caffeine. So I made myself a cup of coffee. That did not help. And then my sisters invited me out to lunch, and we were planning on meeting like an hour and a half from the time we originally started talking. So I thought I would just lay down. Hopefully the caffeine would kick in. I also took like an Advil extra strength and laid down for like 30 minutes, got up to get ready, and felt like my brain was just exploding. So I had a full-blown debilitating migraine again yesterday. I'm going to the doctor today to find out what is going on with that. But for all of the headache reasons, I've decided it's just probably not a good idea to cut out food. My guess is I'm probably limiting my calories too much. I'm still eating. I've been eating, like that's not the issue, but I feel like I've just cut out some food groups that maybe would benefit me, like a bowl of oatmeal in the morning might be a nice treat. So right now, Whole30 is on pause until I figure out what's going on. with my head. So I've still been eating like 80% Whole30, but if I have like oatmeal or some rice with dinner or something, I'm not considering that being a bad thing. Like you can eat carbs on Whole30, it's just not the processed, like non-nutritional kind of carbs. So yeah, I've tried to like really keep the clean eating in order throughout the week, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about. So for dessert, I love making baked apples. I used to make this on the commercial airplanes all of the time, just because I would pack apples with me, because you know an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But I wouldn't love eating them on the airplanes because it's food that you hold in your hands, and airplanes are so disgusting and you're interrupted. So I started baking my apples on the airplane oven. I would just cut them up, put a little bit of sugar and a little bit of cinnamon, and bake them. And so this is a Whole30 approved dessert, and it's what I'm gonna have with some oatmeal for breakfast now. So I wrote a blog about it. I will post it down below, but I figure I could do a vlog about it since it's something that I used to love and that I still currently love, and then I could just wrap up this week 2 Whole30 video for you. All right, so to start out, this is just for me. It's my breakfast portion, like I said. So I'm going to wash, I have 2 organic, these are Honeycrisp apples. You can use whatever apple you like. If I'm making it a larger portion for dessert, sometimes I'll do a few different apples because some are more dry, some are more juicy, and you do want the juices to help soften the apples when you're baking them. But just for me, 2 Honeycrisp apples. So right now I'm going to wash and peel the apples. When I was flying on the planes and I would make it, I would leave the skin on just because I never thought to bring an apple peeler or whatever, any kind of peeler to work. So you can leave the skin on if you want. Lately, I've been enjoying it with the skin off. So peel your apples, step 1. Actually, I lied. Step number 1 is preheat your oven 350 degrees. Then wash your apples, then peel your apples. I've got my apple peeled. I'm just gonna dice it up and put it into a glass baking container, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Well, I am actually gonna peel a new apple because I just cut into it. Ugh, that's disgusting. Stand by. All right, that second apple looked so much better. And like I said, I have a doctor's appointment, so now I'm only cooking 1 apple, whatever, it'll still be enough for breakfast. So cut them into chunks. I did smaller chunks since I need mine to cook a little bit faster, since I do have that appointment to get to. But just lay them out in your glass baking dish like this. Right now I am melting a little bit of coconut oil. It's done. If you are making baked apples and you don't want to do a Whole30 version, you can do melted butter. And my next step, I'm gonna put some cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg on the apples and mix it up and then just throw it in the oven. Super easy, super delicious dessert. If you want something a little sweeter, you could do a little bit of sugar with your cinnamon and your nutmeg. All right, I stirred in all of the melted coconut oil. This way I can coat all of the apples in there. This way the cinnamon and nutmeg will stick to them better. All right, so I just put the apples in the oven. I'm going to leave them alone for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes, because this one didn't look overly juicy, I'll go ahead and stir it, and then I will bake it for another 10 to 15 minutes. So once the apples are fork tender, meaning you can easily pierce them with a fork, that means they're ready for you to eat. So I'm gonna take this time and go get ready. I need to put on, I'm still wearing pajama pants. So I need to go get dressed for my doctor's appointment. Check and see if they're done. Ignore how dirty my oven is. Oh yeah, those are tender. Ignore the oven. We just had guests over and didn't have a chance to clean it. I'm so embarrassed, I'm shutting it. All right, so my apples were fork tender. I'm just waiting for them to cool down a little bit. I'm gonna eat them as a snack and then head to the doctor and hopefully figure out what's going on with my head. I can't have this happening on the airplane. Kind of stresses me out that it happened twice in a week. Normally, I'm like kind of a headache kind of person. I get them often. Generally, they're just really mild and they'll go away if I take an Advil or if I have caffeine or drink a ton of water. But I have a crazy trip coming up next week. I can't afford to have this happen. So hopefully the doctor has my answers. Anyway, you guys enjoy baked apples if you make them. Thank you for watching this video / listening to my update. I'll keep you posted if it's any news that I think that's worth sharing. If you guys have questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, post them down below for me. And I'll talk to you guys next time from an airplane. Thanks for watching.